What's up, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome to a brand new version of the Photon Galaxy deck profile. I don't think I've done an update since June, and here we are in August, and we've actually got some new cards to work with, so to speak. Not one new card to work with in the extra deck that's actually really cool in here. And some of you probably already know what that card is, but I've also made some slight tweaks to the main deck as well to sort of be able to give you a fresh sort of update on the deck for this month. Also, if you're interested in picking up this playmat, this is Imperium Duelist's brand new playmat release, the Toon Extravaganza. Probably one of my top 3 mats so far from them. I love the vibrant color scheme and the Toon artwork. It's very, very nice. And this is the reverse side here, sort of like a peanut butter jelly color, the gold and the purple. I really, really do like it. If you guys want to pick up this mat or any of the amazing sleeves they have on their website, you can check out their website. There's a link to it down in the description below, and as well as that discount code WinterKills10 off. You can use to save 10% off your entire purchase. And I also believe they're still having a buy 2 or more and get 1 free on their new sleeves, new formula of sleeves. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into the deck profile. And to start, we have none other than 3 of the Knight in Shining Armor himself, the Galaxy Knight. This card is definitely still a must at 3. Some people play 2, but in my opinion anyways, I like playing this card at 3 because it's probably the best normal summon in the entire deck turn 1 when you set it up right by reviving, getting the Galaxy Eyes in the grave, reviving it out, and then going into a rank 8 play to follow up. Then we have 3 copies of Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. This is the heart and soul of the deck. You definitely need to play 3 of these. It is an engine requirement, so to speak, and it helps you set up a lot of great plays, so you definitely need 3 of those. Then moving on, we have 3 Galaxy Soldier. Galaxy Soldier, again, another key piece to the engine here is a Galaxy Soldier. It can basically be special summoned by discarding any light monster from your hand to the graveyard. And then on summon, if it is special summoned, you can add a galaxy monster from your deck to your hand. So this does a lot of searching for you and helps set up your graveyard, getting things like Galaxy Eyes in your grave, all while at the same time searching, which is really nice. The only thing would be better if he was a level 8. I guess that would be really nice. Then we have 3 copies of Galaxy Brave, because this card with Photon Vanisher or Orbital is just really good. It's a really good way to start off your combo. You can basically special summon them by revealing any Photon monster in your hand, and then you get to special summon them, and if you do, its level becomes the level of whatever monster you revealed. And then you can also target a Photon monster in your graveyard or a Galaxy monster in your graveyard, and its attack and defense becomes that monster's attack and defense. So you can just summon this out by revealing any Photon monster, and then target a Galaxy Eyes per se in your grave, and this thing just becomes 3025 just out of nowhere, so you could get yourself a nice beater off of that. Then we have 3 Vanisher, so one of the better targets for the Brave, because Vanisher can only be special summoned while you control a Photon or Galaxy monster. So you use Brave to reveal Vanisher. This summons the field as level 4, and then you follow this right up after you do that summon. And then this gets on the summon of this, when this guy summon, you can basically add a Photon, Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your deck to your hand, which is nice because it's nice to be able to search that card out directly through this card, because like I said, it sets up a lot of good discard plays, primarily with a card like the Galaxy Soldier, which is very nice. So 3 Vanisher, and it also helps make rank 4 plays too. 3 Photon Orbital. I think this card is still like the most expensive card in the deck at this point. I think it's definitely a must at 3 though, just because it searches your deck for either Photon or Galaxy monsters, which is huge. There's only one other card in the deck that searches Photon or Galaxy things, and that's number 90 Photon Lord, but this is like the next best thing. But you do need to equip it from your hand or field to a Photon or Galaxy monster you control already. So again, that's where having a card like Brave comes in handy to get you that card in the field to equip it to without having to burn that normal summon, because you'd rather save it for things like Knight or Wizard, depending on the situation. And speaking of Wizard, 2 copies of Galaxy Wizard, because this can be a decent play starter when you don't open up too well. It says once per turn you can increase this card's level by 4 until the end phase, and then you contribute this card for cost, and then add 1 Galaxy card from your deck to your hand except itself. So the nice thing about this is it's like a 1 card. It makes itself an instant Galaxy Expedition target, which is a spell we're going to be playing later on. We'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, it makes it an instant expedition target because it just becomes a level 8, and you can also overlay with it like a Galaxy Eyes and a Knight to be able to go into a rank 8, and it also distributes itself to grab any Galaxy card in the deck, which is nice. Then one Photon Thrasher, because this card is still a really good play starter just to get something on board to get your Orbital and Vanisher and Galaxy Knight live, so it's still a nice card to have. Playing the one Cleric again, mainly because just like, I think this card is kind of somewhat a necessary evil, and when I say that, I mean like, sometimes like having this as a follow-up to your turn 1 play, because this is never a turn 1 card, it's more of a turn 3 card because you usually want to go first with this deck, so you search this during their turn with number 90 if you already have Galaxy Eyes in hand, because if you don't want to search this, you want to search Galaxy Eyes so you can have your Soul Flare be live. But in a really good hand where you already have, you're ending with Galaxy Eyes in hand already, you can search this for a good normal summon next turn to be able to, you know, recycle 5 things in your grave and draw 2 and sort of get your engine replenished to keep grinding. So, I mean, it's a necessary evil. I think it's not... It's like, it is and isn't necessary, but like, I don't know. I've been testing back and forth with this card, and I'm deciding to play it again just because I do like it in theory. So, then one Guardian of Order. This is a card that just got reprinted. I haven't played Guardian of Order in Photon Galaxy in years. And honestly, I think playing this as a 1-of instead of playing the Photon Advancer is a bit better, simply because it's a level 8. And you can just summon this while you control 2 or more light monsters. Which is nice. So it's a level 8 beater that you can just summon out for free if you control 2 or more light monsters. So just this is live immediately off of like a Photon Sanctuary. So yeah, that's a couple changes there to the monster lineup. I dropped the Effect Veilers just because I wanted more combo pieces, and Effect Veilers are not that. Feel free to play them though if you would like. Then moving into the spells here, we have 3 copies of Galaxy Expedition. Still standard. Amazing play start. If you control a level 5 or higher Galaxy or Photon monster, you can special summon a level 5 or higher. It is a hard once per turn, but is definitely a good extender that we want to see. 2 Photon Sanctuary. Basically, you can special summon 2 Photon tokens, then you just use them to link into Soul Flare. But the turn you play this, you can only special summon light monsters, and that's it. So it does put a restriction on you, but that really doesn't affect like 99% of our deck, so it's fine. This is also not a hard once per turn. You can play as many Photon Sanctuaries as you want in a turn, which I guess is something else to point out. Then for consistency, we have 3 Trade-in because we're playing 3 Knight, 3 Dragon, 3 Brave, and the 1 Guardian of Order. So that's 3, 6, 9. That's 10 level 10 targets and plenty of ways to search them. So Trade-in definitely comes in mind when thinking of draw power. And speaking of more draw power, still playing the double Pot of Desires. I still love this card in here. Some people are still hesitant to play it, which I understand. But like, we play so many 3-ofs in here, and this sometimes can just be the difference between making and breaking a hand and causing you to win or lose the game. So double Desires. Then 1 Reborn, or one Reborn, 1 Upstart Goblin, 1 Galaxy Trance, and 1 Rhoda. I dropped the Galaxy 0 for the Reborn because this can just summon anything instead of just Photon or Galaxy monster, and it doesn't have to be equipped. So Reborn, just a little bit better all around. Obviously, this is to search your either your Thrasher or your Vanisher. Upstart for more consistency. Trance is just a nice little starter play. It's not really a starter. It's something, again, like you want to like pull off later in the game. And it's also a good search target off number 90 as well. So I really don't want to draw into that card too much. I'd rather search it out off of Wizard or number 90. Then for the traps, just 2 copies of Tachyon Transmigration, because this card is absolutely nuts. If you control a Galaxy Eyes monster, negate the activation of your opponent's spell and trap cards and monster effects activated before this card in this chain. And if you do, shuffle the negated cards on the field into the deck. If you control a Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon monster, you can activate this card from your hand, which is really nice. So it's a very strong card. Negates an entire chain link, which is very, very strong. So that's it for the main deck. Now we'll go into the extra deck. Little bit of a spicy change in the extra deck, and we'll get to that in a minute. But to start, we have 3 Galaxy Eyes Soul Flare Dragon. Definitely a must. This card is a thing you're going to be going to pretty much every turn, because on summon you get to add back a Photon or Galaxy monster from your graveyard to your hand. Also allows you to discard a 2 Galaxy and or Photon cards, or 1 just Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, to be able to pop a special summon monster your opponent controls and destroy it, which is very, very nice. 1 Starleash Photon Blast Dragon, the Nova and the Infinity, because we can make this off of the Galaxy Soldiers, of course. 2 number 90, again, almost just as important as your Soul Flare. You go into this card a lot, gains you a lot of advantage, allows you to search during your opponent's turn. and gives you monster negates and protects itself from card effect destruction, which is very, very nice. Number 107. Skill drain for the entire board is very clutch sometimes, especially against decks like Thunder Dragon. Number 38, of course, no brainer against decks like Sky Striker. Number 62 allows you to beat over things with really high attack, because this thing can get up just like 56 on its own. Can gain 200 attack for the combined ranks of all Xyz monsters on the field, so this can get pretty high in attack and allow you to swing for game more often than not. And then one Galaxy has full armor and the Cypher Blade Dragon for your Xyz change, tactics, and allow you to detach and pop cards. So it's very solid engine to have there. And then the newest addition to the extra deck, one copy of number 97 Drag Lubion and one number C107 Neo Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. So why am I playing these, and what is the point of this? Basically, with this, number 97 says it takes 2 level 8 monster. It is a dark, keep in mind, but it's the only dark monster we play, and you can still pull this off quite frequently. You just can't use Sanctuary in the same turn. But 2 level 8 monsters, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. You can detach 1 material from this card, take 2 dragon number monsters with different names from your extra deck and or graveyard, except number 97 Drag Lubion, special summon one of them and attach the other to it as material. Also for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon other monsters or declare an attack except with the card with that special summon monster. You can only use this effect on number 97 Drag Lubion once per turn. And then we play C107 as like sort of your primary target, even though you do have other targets in the extra deck, like the ability to be able to summon out number 38 off of it, which is sometimes clutch if this survives another turn. You have another card to summon off of it. But C107 is really, really strong. It takes normally 3 level 9 monsters to make, but we're sort of bypassing that with the Drag Lubion. 4,500 attack, 3,000 defense. Once per turn, you can attach 1 Xyz material from this card. Until the end of this turn, negate the effects of all face-up cards currently on the field. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. If this card has number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon as an Xyz material, you can activate this effect, or gain this effect. You can tribute 2 monsters this card, or tribute 2 monsters. This card can make up to 3 attacks on monsters during each battle phase this turn. So most of the time you're going to attach 107 to this. That's why it's also kind of key to play this in the extra deck. So you can attach this and summon this on top of it, and you sort of have that option to, get the multiple attack if you need it. But you can just turn off your opponent's entire field, which is very, very nice. So yeah, that's it for the extra deck. Now we'll go ahead and do a quick test hand and a combo. I guess I'll go ahead and showcase a combo featuring the Drag Lubion play, just because it's new, I guess. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then a quick test hand. All right, so the first combo I'm going to show you guys, well, the only combo, but is going to be just a quick showcase of the Drag Lubion play. And now you can either use it to go into C107 or number 38, depending on your particular matchup. But you're going to just need these 3 cards: Galaxy Soldier, Photon Dragon, and Orbital. There's probably other combinations as well. I'm just choosing this one for the sake of the video. We're going to start by summoning Galaxy Soldier by discarding the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. This will activate on summon to add us a Galaxy monster. We're going to add a copy of Galaxy Knight. Next, we're going to equip Orbital to the Galaxy Soldier and send that off to the graveyard to add a copy of Photon Vanisher. From there, we'll special summon the Vanisher to add a copy of Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Now from here, we're going to link these 2 into a copy of Soul Flare. Soul Flare is going to add back that Soldier for next turn. And then here we'll start with the Knight play. Knight will on summon revive the Galaxy Eyes, and then we'll go ahead and make a rank 8. But instead of making number 90, we're going to make number 97 Drag Lubion. And then here we'll detach. It really doesn't matter what we're detaching, but we'll detach a material, and then we'll summon we take 2 dragon number monsters from our extra deck. And then another one, and then we attach, summon one, and then attach the other as a material. So you can either, if you're going second, summon this and attach this as a material, or if you're going first, you can summon this and attach this as a material. So you have the options there for either of those, depending on if you're going first or second. And you also have a live pop from your Soul Flare Dragon as well, which is very nice. So that is just a quick little combo there. Now we'll go ahead and do a test hand and see what we can pull off with a random hand of 5 cards. For the deck, I shuffled up pretty good here. At least I tried to anyways. The deck was just all sorted out for the deck profile. Well, let's hope I shuffled it well enough here for the sake of this test hand. So let's split the deck and draw into our opening hand. 1 copy of Wizard, 1 Vanisher, 1 Transmigration, 1 Soldier, and another copy of Vanisher. So this hand so far looks pretty decent. It's definitely still playable, to say the least, but we'll get started, I think, with the Galaxy Soldier by pitching one of these extra copies of Vanisher to the graveyard to add a Galaxy monster from our deck to our hand. And then from here, I think I'm going to add a copy of Galaxy Knight, and then we'll special summon the Vanisher by, while we control a Galaxy or Photon monster. That effect will activate to add us a Galaxy-ized Photon Dragon. And then from here, we'll go ahead and link these two into Soul Flare, and then we will use Soul Flare's effect to add back that Soldier. Soldier will summon itself again by pitching the Galaxy Eyes to the graveyard. We won't get the effect here because it is a hard once per turn, but what we will do is follow it up with a normal summon of Knight to be able to go into Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Now, what we could do here actually is go into Drag Lubion again, since we're not locked into lights or sort of any attributes here, and we'll summon the 107 with the number 38 on top of it, just like that, and we'll set this for a negation as well. So we have a monster that can't be targeted, a spell negation, and the ability to negate any activation of any spell trap card or monster effect activated before this card in this chain. We could have either done that or just played it safe and made number 90 here instead of the Drag Lubion with just this on the field. So it's entirely up to you what you want to do there, but that's just a pretty simple and standard hand, and basically how Galaxy Photon works. It's a very, very fun deck. One of my favorite decks of all time. I've been playing it for a long time as well, and just really enjoy playing it all the time. So I would highly recommend picking this deck up if you're looking for a really good yet fun deck to play. Price point for this deck, I'd probably say anywhere from like 100 to 150, somewhere in that range, depending on, you know, how lucky you get finding some cards for a decent price. Like I said, I think Photon Orbital is the only pricey card in the main deck. Everything else in the extra deck, I think, for the most part, is pretty cheap as well, because a lot of this Photon and Galaxy stuff has been reprinted recently. So yeah, but anyways, that's it for the profile. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you didn't. As always, Winner Kills signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one.